So from the American Forest and Paper Association, we have the Donna Harman, president of AF&PA, who was today discussing on the panel of the Techpack conference kickoff. Welcome at Paper Week. You talked about a time of global political or economic disruption this morning. What did you mean by this?
Well, if you look around the globe, there is a lot of disruption in political environments, whether it's in Europe, the United States, South America, really all across Asia, all across the globe. Citizens are looking for something different out of their governments. There's a general trend from Brexit through the election in the United States of President Trump to focus more nationally and a little bit less globally. I think economic issues, immigration issues, political refugee issues have really created a lot of disruption in politics and policies around the globe. It's not just a U.S. phenomenon. It's not just a European phenomenon. It's really across the globe.
Looking forward to working with the new administration. You've discussed, for example, what the administration is talking of doing in terms of infrastructure, in efficient transportation, for example. How could this help the forest industry?
So we have a fairly inefficient transportation system in the United States. Our truck weight limits are much lower than they are around the globe. In other countries that we compete with, we have poor rail service. Sometimes we have a lack of access to rail service. So there are a number of policies that we think are possible to pursue with the new administration. We were actually have been pursuing those policies over the course of the last couple of years. But the new focus on infrastructure gives us an opportunity to build roads and bridges that will deliver and carry our members' products for the next 50 years.
Interesting. And in the context of NAFTA and yesterday's allusion to its tweaking, can you remind us of what bilateral trade opportunities there could be between Canada and the U.S.?
Sure. Well, I think if you look at what President Trump has said about NAFTA and the need for renegotiation, it's really to bring it more up to date with where we are in 2017 as opposed to where we were when it was first negotiated. So the notion of bilateral trade agreements really just means trade agreements between two countries. We had a trade agreement, the United States and Canada had a trade agreement prior to NAFTA. So I think there are opportunities both on the Canadian side as well as the U.S. side to make some improvements and to really update the trade agreement so that it works better in today's economy and today's environment.
You were talking about important economic flows between the countries for the industry. This won't stop suddenly?
Right. So we have about in the paper and packaging space, we have about a $14 billion trade flow. About 5.5% or 5.5 billion of it is from product going from the U.S. to Canada. 8 to 9 billion is product going from Canada to the United States. But our supply chain is really somewhat integrated between the Canadian industry and the U.S. industry. So I think that economic impact is important. It's important for innovation. It's important for our economies. It's important for jobs. And we'll be working to make sure that those benefits are maintained in a new agreement with Canada.
All right. Well, enjoy Paper Week. Thank you very much for your time.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate being here.